Welcome back, everybody. My name is Abby. Today's workout is going to be a leg-focused workout. So we're going to give the upper body a rest and work primarily with the legs and the hips. It'll be a really simple workout. It'll be just 2 sets of 11 minutes. And for those 11 minutes, we're just going to do 4 simple exercises. The exercises are as follows: squats or squat jumps, split squats, speed skaters, and side kicks. So I'll set my timer for 11 minutes. And we're not going to count the exercises. We're just going to do some squats and then we'll switch when we feel like it. And then we'll do some split squats. We'll switch when we feel like it, and so forth. So keeping it easy breezy. And here we go, starting with squats. And remembering we're just starting out, just warming up. If you feel like adding a little jump every now and then, that is always fine, but not necessary. And pay attention to your breathing and your posture, especially as you're just warming up, but always. I'm trying to keep my heart lifted, spine nice and long. And I'm mindful of my neck too. Sometimes I can tend to do like the big chin lift, and that hurts my neck after a while. So keeping the neck in line with the spine, keeping the feet grounded, and keeping the breath moving well. We've been going for about a minute. I'll do a couple jumps and then I'm feeling like I might switch to split squats. Woo! Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. All right, split squats it is. So again, if you want to count and make sure you do the same number on both sides, great. I just don't feel like doing that. I'm gonna go by feel, and I'm gonna trust that it's okay if I do things slightly differently on one side. Not striving for perfection, just striving for movement and fun. Okay, just take a few more on this side, maybe like 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, switching over. And I'm keeping my breath smooth, keeping my shoulders lifted and lightly pulled back. Not like severely, but just giving my chest space to breathe. Woo-wee, focusing on my feet. It's really amazing when I focus on my front foot in particular, really using the strength of the front foot. It really helps. I feel much more stable. Okay, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, giving the gams a shake and hopping into the old classic speed skaters. So they don't have to be fast, just giving yourself time to land, find a moment of balance. Again, using the strength of the feet and the outer hips, of course. Muscles around the knee. And kind of relaxing whatever you can. So it's not about like tightening, clenching, engaging everything, but about softly hopping side to side. We've been doing this for more than 3 minutes. Is that encouraging? Hopefully. I'm already sweating. Feeling it in my butt, my glutes, my legs. And speaking of glutes, oh, they're about to have a good time with the side kicks. So I'm gonna do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, here we go into the side kicks. Make sure you don't have any valuables within your legs' reach. From squatting down, coming up and kicking, giving a little lean to the side. If you're feeling real feisty, you could add a punch. I don't really know how to punch in a cool way, so it looks a little ridiculous for me. You're welcome. It's just kind of fun. Or maybe you do like jazz hands to the side, like a shabam, shablam, like the Todrick song. Or maybe just keep your arms to yourself. Any way you cut it. Oh, my butt. Okay, we are gonna do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh gosh, it's gonna feel so fun after this? Squats. Here we go, back to squats. Don't have to go fast, remember that. Never have to go fast. But you can if you want. But please focus on the breath, your posture. Don't go fast at the expense of anything. So I love getting my heart rate up. It's fun. I enjoy it. But whenever I notice that I'm just like, getting up there, kind of amping myself up but not focused on form, I encourage myself to come back to the breath, to the posture, slow it down a little bit, and then once I found my form again, once I found that stability or strength, then I might speed it up. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go a little faster and add a jump every now and then, maybe every other, just for fun. Feel free to join me or stick with what you've got. Or maybe you come up to a releve. That's kind of fun. Whew, okay, I'm gonna do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, split squats. Start with the right leg forward this time. I don't actually know what I started with last time, but here we are. Okay. Tall spine, lifted heart. Paying attention to your feet, utilizing the toes. And I talked about the front foot last time, but the back foot is also important. Using the toes and the toe mound, kind of pushing into the ground as you stand up. Whew, okay. Gonna do 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. And switcheroo. Here we go. Keeping the breath steady. Eyes maybe softly focused on something. Maintaining balance. A reminder, you can always use a wall if you want a little bit more support here. That's always a welcome modification or addition. And I think we'll take 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Shaking them out. Coming back to speed skaters. The old lateral movement. A welcome break after the up and down and forward back. Now we go side to side. And arms are there for balance, but try to keep them pretty relaxed, not like super sprinter arms. let him be a little softer. Find that moment of balance before hopping to the other side. Play with the amount of bend, perhaps, in the standing leg or the landing leg. Maybe it's fun to get a little lower, like a swish to the side. Ooh, that's fun. It's a little more challenging. It's like a deep athletic curtsy. And we'll do 6, 5, 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. Okay. Back to the side kicks and maybe side punches. We'll see. Nice low squat. A little different squat than the first squat that we did. This has the feet a little bit more parallel with each other rather than turned out. Have as much space between the feet as you need and only go as deep as you want. So I'm still thinking about my spine staying pretty tall. Careful, don't kick your plant, Abby. But keeping the spine straight. Even though I'm folded kind of forward, I'm still proud through the chest. Okay, that plant is making me nervous. Oh my God, quick bee! That is 11 minutes. Evening out, finishing up. Wow, time flies. Great, give yourself a shake out, a little sip of water if you need it. Maybe a little stretch of the quads or a little stretch of the outer hips. Just give yourself a moment. We'll take about a minute between the first and second set. Now a sip of water. Refreshing. All right. So, second set, up to you. If you're like, oh, I'm feeling warm, I want to go a little faster, I want to push a little harder, awesome. If you're like, I'm pretty content keeping it exactly the same pace, or maybe even slowing it down, especially towards the end, great. See what feels good and right in your body. Remember, you can always try something and come back. You could try going a little faster and then be like, man, now I'm going to go slower again. Or you can try going slower and be like, I'm going to pick it up. So whatever feels good and fancy. Take another 5 breaths or so. Oh, shaking the legs feels good. And we'll start once again with the classic squat. All right, here we go. Squatting again. Maybe you releve, maybe you hop, or maybe you just stay with the squats but go a little faster. Staying mindful of your breathing and your posture. And for me, it's usually my lower back, like right like here, that gets the crankiest if I'm going too fast. So I'm not gonna go too fast. Ooh, and I'm gonna hop in a circle. That's always fun. I can hop forward, backward, side to side. Oh God, that's so tiring. Ha! All right. Coming back to the squats. See, I tried something. I liked it, but then I grew weary of it. Now I'm back to the old classic squat. All right, let's do 10, 9, 5, and 1. Okay. Split squats. Here we go. Dippity doopity. Back knee lowers down. Remember, you don't have to go super low. Like, I'm going pretty low, but you might be just up here. That's great. You certainly don't have to touch the knee to the ground. I almost never do. But keep your heart lifted. I do always do that. Or I always try. Oh yeah, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switcheroo and dippity do. Love taking a big sigh every now and then. Just feels so good. So if I notice my shoulders kind of creeping forward or creeping up, try to gently encourage them back. Shoulder blades are a little active, so kind of hugging lightly back. So my chest has space to breathe. And my spine feels happy about life. Oh, goodness. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shaky, shaky. And a little hoppy, hoppy. Speed skaters. Or maybe the deep athletic curtsy. Oh yeah, you could even touch your back foot down if that feels like stabilizing or just like fun and dancy. I'll mix it up. Notice the strength of your outer hips and knees. Super, super good movement for the hip knee stabilization. And ankles too. Notice the strength of your ankles. But body appreciation. Ankles, you're doing great. Knees, hips, you too. Breath, you are really doing great. Let's do 6 more. A 2 and a 1. Okay, back to kicking everything off the shelves. The squat, the kick. Finding a pace and a rhythm that works for you. Being mindful of your neck. I've caught myself a few times doing like this. Partially because I want to look out at you. But I gotta care for my neck. So listen, I'm not making eye contact right now, but don't take it personally. It's because I'm caring for my neck. And I hope that you're caring for yours. Okay. We're gonna do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And back to squats. Gosh, what a fun transition, huh? Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna do a few without jumps just to reinvigorate my breath. And then I think I'll add a releve, finding a moment of lift, of balance, a little calf action. And now I'll jump. Why not? But stick with the right version for you. Regular squat, releve squat, squat jump. Play with different level of bend. Maybe it's a shallower squat, maybe it's a deep squat. And I think I'm gonna do 10 more, 9 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Split squats. Sending one leg back and that knee down. Yes. Sigh when you need to. I love sighing. I used to hate sighing, in fact. I would be so self-conscious about like making noise with an exhale. But I love it now. And hey, nobody can hear you, so make as much noise with your breathing as you want. Oh boy, I'm gonna do 5 more. Yes. 2 and 1. Whoa, feeling that in my calf now. Calves, they're working. All right, other side. And this is probably the last set of the dippities, of the split squatties. So split squat like you mean it. Feeling my feet stay strong. Feeling my belly and heart stay lifted. Shoulders drawing lightly back. Yes. And a 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my gosh. Okay. Last round of speed skaters. Here we go. Whew. Yeah, towards the end, I always kind of like start to lose my balance a little bit just because I get tired. So if you notice that happening for you, remember you're always welcome to just like pause, take a sip of water, feel your 2 feet back on the ground, and or just to try a little slower. Maybe touching that back foot down for a moment, if that feels like stabilizing. Okay, I think let's do 20 more. 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, so close, 2, 1. Or, yeah, I don't know if I counted right, but you get it. You get it. Here we are, kicking things off the shelves with a squat and a kick. Maybe a ridiculous punch as well. Or maybe some shablams, some jazz hands, some drama. However you want to make it. This is kind of fun, doing like a dance move. Do your thing. Whatever brings you joy in this last 30 seconds. 30 seconds of side kicking, shablaming, dancing, punching, but hopefully not literally kicking things off the shelves, unless you really hate those things that are on the shelves, in which case, good riddance. Get them out of here. 10 seconds. Kicking, squatting, being so strong, and we're done. Yeah. Wow. Give yourself a big high five, also known as a clap. We did it. So before you go back into your regular life, if you have a moment and you want to stretch out the legs a little bit, I'm going to give my quads and my outer hips a stretch so you can find a wall to stabilize against. Hold one heel towards your butt. And if possible, you can kind of scoop your tailbone under. Notice how my knee pops forward when I do that. That's because my quads are tight and my hip flexors. So a little scoop of the tailbone, and then try to point the knee down, but don't worry if it's not pointing directly down. Oh, it feels so good. Switching to the other side. Heart and head are lifted. Tailbone is reaching down. And even if my knee is jutting a little forward, I'm going to think about pointing it down. And release. And then I'm going to do a little outer hip stretch. So again, I'm going to hold onto the wall. Right ankle is going to cross over left thigh. You can also do this on the ground if you want to lay on your back and hold your leg or put your foot up on the wall. I'd do it, but I'm too sweaty. I don't want to lay down on the floor. Oh yeah. And same thing other side. Holding onto a wall if you'd like. Left ankle over right thigh, reaching the hips back and down. Keeping the spine still long, even if you're folded forward quite a bit. Coming back up. And I'm just going to do that whole thing one more time. So taking my right hand to right foot, stretching my right quads. Inner thighs can draw lightly towards each other. Tailbone points down, knee attempts to point down. Heart and head lift. And then same thing other side. Left foot to left hand. Inner thighs moving towards each other. Knee pointing down, heart and head lifting. Breath can start to slow down if it hasn't already. All right, and then outer hip stretch. So I'll start with my right leg this time. Right ankle on left thigh as I reach back and down. Same thing other side. Left ankle to right thigh. And give a good shake out. Thank you for being here, for working out your legs with me. I hope your legs and glutes feel great going into the rest of the day and the week. And I will see you soon.